This simple device will change how you work with your laptop. Let's check it out. Dave Taylor here, and I'll tell you, I spend a lot of time working on my various laptops. I have Chromebooks, I have Windows, I have Macintosh systems, and they're all in different sizes. But I often end up sitting at a table, just like this, or I end up sitting on a couch or on another comfortable space and having it on my lap. Now, there's a couple of problems with having your computer on your lap, one of which is heat. But more to the point, it's also ergonomically pretty awful. It's just a bad angle, and you end up having these cramps as you sort of can't really get it to be optimal angles and everything. So, enter this. This is the AboveTEK Adjustable Lap Desk, and it's something you can use on a surface like this if I want to just simply have my laptop raised up a little bit, so I can do that. And then if we just, generally it's easier to open your laptop first, you put it on, there's a little lip in the front, can you see that little lip here? And that comes up, and now it holds the laptop, and look at how that angle is so different. This is so much more ergonomically friendly, and it actually has 3 different angles. So let me just put this over here for a minute. And you can have it be on the first notch or the second notch or the third notch. And that gives you 23 degrees, 30 degrees, and 35 degrees. Now, I will say I like the lowest of the 3 at 23 degrees. That seems to work really well for me. And here's something else really awesome. If you actually have this on your lap, there's a little mouse tray that slides out. It slides out, and it can be pretty big, or you can just slide it out part way, and it's just big enough to have your mouse there, or maybe a wireless trackpad or something, whatever. So really nice. It's made out of PU leather, which is actually polyurethane, which means no animals were harmed in the making of this product. And as you can see, it is a nice texture. It is a sort of slip resistant texture that they have on it, and this side is super plain as you would expect, but inside there's also a heat shield. So here's one of the other great benefits, is even if you use it just like this on your lap, it's still going to protect you from the heat that's generated by a lot of laptops. So that's really important. Now, this is a 14-inch screen. This is the honestly optimal size for this device. So when I put this on here, you can see that there's some space on both sides here. And weight-wise, this is a lighter laptop, so this is really a pretty positive, really optimal setup for this particular lap stand or desk. But if we get into my MacBook Pro, and this is a 2024 MacBook Pro, this is a big chonker. This is a 16-inch screen. In fact, AboveTEK recommends you don't do anything above 15.6 inches. So this is technically too big for this lap desk. But let's give it a shot and see how it works anyway. Again, if you open it up just a little bit first, let me show you that at the side. And that's just to make it a little easier to get that lip. But now that I have it on here, you can see there's no space on the side. This is basically the same width as the actual lap desk, and that's why it's a little tricky. It's just a heavy laptop to have on here. But having said that, and having gone against their policies and recommendations, I still have used this with great success on my lap and worked for periods of time, and it's just a more comfortable angle. It just makes my whole my body feel better after doing this for a couple of hours. It just sort of cuts down on that fatigue. And of course, if I want to change things up, I can always just drop it back down. And because this has a trackpad, I don't really need the mouse, that pad that comes out of the side, but still, it's nice to have that. However, as I said, this is technically a bit too big for the stand. Now, let me show you a couple of close-ups and tell you that dimensions-wise, it is 14.6 inches by 10.2 inches by 4/10 of an inch thick. It is a very thin device. It's a little heavier than you might expect at 1.7 pounds, and the reason for that is that heat shield. So that's an important factor. That's something that you really want to have. And the company rates it up to 15.6-inch laptops. Again, your mileage may vary. They say that it doesn't work really well with those big, heavy gamer laptops too. So even if you have a 15-inch laptop designed for gaming, it's still going to be heavier, and that might not be optimal. But if you have a lightweight 13, 14, 15-inch PC or Mac or a MacBook Air or something, all of those are going to work beautifully with this device, and it's going to just be sort of a really low-key revolution in how you're working with your laptop. I really like these sort of things, and this one's a real nice one because it's easy to adjust all the angles. And there are some computers where I do have a little wireless mouse, and having this little tray that pops out is pretty nice. Now you can imagine you could be using this on an airplane too, and that would be even better because now you actually can have the surface you want instead of being constrained to those little tiny little tray tables. You just put this on the tray table and you're ready to go with a much safer environment. So win-win all around. So that's primarily what I've got. I am actually a pretty big fan of this. It's not the most exciting piece of technology in the world, but it is kind of a game changer if you have never tried one of these. Now, I am going to ask you to subscribe to my channel. Click or tap on that subscribe button. Hit that bell icon for notifications. Give me a thumbs up if you found this of value. Cool. Now, this, let me open up a little bit here. This is the AboveTEK Adjustable Lap Desk, and it is a very simple and straightforward $29.99 at Amazon.com. And if you know someone who spends a lot of time with their laptop on their lap, or that just if you yourself are working constantly on tables and wish you had something simple and easily transportable that gave you different angles and different ability to work, this is it. Definitely one worth checking out. That's all I got. I'll hope to catch you in my next video.